thrummed the air with sylvan magic, short spears and belted daggers. The one wolfsman finished perusing the contents. "Lord Dane wants the Kilshay boy brought in at night to avoid attention," he said in Sylvan and wrinkled his nose. "Politicians, they make me sick. What does it matter who witnesses his shame? The trial will begin the next morning before the Council of Elders." "That will give the Sanhedrin enough time to begin debating," Xenon said and chuckled. "It would save a lot of time if they just prepared a cell now." Turning his head, he gave Thealos a small smile. "But with such excitement these days, it would be best to see this handled fairly. And none may argue that Our Lady Silverborn is fair." The others joined in with laughter at his play on words. "You may have gray hairs before you see the light of Eroth again, boy. That is a long time indeed." Thealos held his tongue. Granted, his mouth hurt a great deal from the gag, but it had gotten him into trouble in the first place. He still remembered what he had said to the council elder of Vanir the night he had fled Avacon. It amounted to treason, if taken literally, though it was only an outburst of anger and frustration that he had been goaded into making. So hollow now after everything he had suffered in the shoreland. He had nothing to show for his journey either. Not the Silverkin. Not even a stub of Everroot. Memories were all he had left. The memories were painful. Xenon stroked the bird's neck. "Put this in the reply." He waited while the other wolfsman drew a small slip of thin paper and a stylus. "1 day from Avacon. We'll cross at Moonwell and arrive from the south as ordered. No sign of the Sleepwalker." The other 2 wolfsmen stretched to loosen their muscles and practiced some strange grabbing techniques that looked vaguely familiar to Thealos. They were movements similar to what he had seen Jared do. The magic of their weapons sang to his blood, making him crave the blade he had lost in Landmoor. He was weaponless and helpless. Within the next day or so, he would be across the river and surrounded by those who hated him. Would he be given a chance to see his family again? He missed his sister, and the memory made his side ache. How would his parents feel about him now? His Coral and Sorrel were furious when he elected not to choose a calling. He was certain they would still be. But he also imagined they would be worried as well. Contrition was not one of the emotions churning inside him. No, he should have left Avacon sooner. The reply message was rolled and inserted into the small whistle-like case tethered to the hawk. Xenon shrugged his arm, and the creature took the flight to deliver the message. It was while the hawk swooped upwards that the familiar prick of awareness went down Thealos' spine, sending a shiver of goose flesh down his arms. Xenon must have seen the look in his eyes, because the wolfsman drew his elegant leaf blade, gazing around the grove. "He is here," Xenon said in warning. One of the other wolfsmen went to Thealos and clamped a hand on his shoulder, forcing him to kneel. The other 3 surrounded him as well, blades at the ready. Thealos saw him first. There was a flicker of movement in his side vision. He turned and looked there, but he saw nothing save the trees and feather fern. But he knew Jared was there, looking at him. He wiped his mouth again, feeling the soreness. "Come, Sleepwalker," Xenon said, using the language of the king's common instead of Sylvan. "Why reveal yourself now? There are other queeres waiting for us. If it takes 100, we will hunt you down. You are a fool to strike us so near Avacon." "A fool I may well be," came the reply. The 4 wolfsmen turned to the source of the sound, a man in a black cloak approaching from behind a stunted elm. "But who is the greater fool, really? I suppose we will wait and see." "I have no doubt it is you, Sleepwalker," Xenon said. "I have been waiting for you. We have expected you would try to free the boy. The other queeres are coming. They see you, Sleepwalker. They see you right now. There is nowhere you can take him that we can't find you. There is no safe haven for either of you.